Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 19 on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be an intriguing matchup between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, first opened back in 2017. There's a look at the gleaming new Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. A few moments ago, it was Desmond Trufant of the Falcons making their way out of the tunnel to the delight of this sold-out crowd as his guys get set to do battle with the New Orleans Saints. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they interplay. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row. Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, they come in playing some decent football, 5-3 in their last 8 games. Here's a punter, Thomas Morstead, to get this one started. And we are underway from Atlanta. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who have helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
Absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, set the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. And here are the Falcon offensive starters.
Despite a rookie season cut short with a torn Achilles, Deontay Foreman showed flashes of being a big-time running back in the NFL. In college, he looked like a runaway freight train, a big guy that not many people wanted to get in front of. That didn't change in the NFL. Once he got a little bit of room and started to rumble, people had to make business decisions in the secondary.
On 3rd down, Warner. And it's complete. Hooper. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense. And guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line, split out like receiver, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle. You put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
On 1st and 10, Warner. And they're not able to hook incomplete. Let's have a look at the defensive starters for New Orleans. It's quite a unit, #1 in the NFL against the pass.
And since this is such a good unit at covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Now let's go. Blue line it.
Throwing again. Warner. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Now let's go. Blue line it.
Warner from the gun. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a 1st down.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker, can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Set. Blue line it.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Hey, hurry up. Here we go. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 11 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short.
Here we go now. Green 39.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And this one is right down Broadway. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
Here we go now.
A first carry here for Ty Montgomery. Finds an opening past the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw two tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to throw now on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47.
Set, blue 90, blue 90.
They'll look to throw. Incomplete. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Hurry up, here we go. 319, 319. Gone, 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 gone.
Back to throw here. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Vic Beasley in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. Defensive starters, here they are for Atlanta. They sit at number 20 in the NFL right now against the run.
This is an area of the game that they definitely have to improve, because right now, against the pass, top 10 in the league. But against the run, that's where the struggles have come in. Got to find a way to make sure they stop runners before they get started.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on third and long. They'll set up to throw. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. One up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And before they can run another play, the clock hits triple zeros. And time is up on the first quarter. It's a tight game here early. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Out of the gun, here's Warner. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. It became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This will be fielded at the 17. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Look, the 1st down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it. And boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup. And guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a 1st down.
Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
Now let's go. 3-19.
They'll set up a throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Hindsight, maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again.
Up a big hole at the hole,
And the quarterback got sacked.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down.
this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. And here now come the Falcons. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
To throw, Warner got his man complete over the middle. It's King. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard.
Set! Blue 90!
Off the bootleg, Warner. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Here we go. Green 39.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Marcus Davenport there to take him down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Throw on 2nd down. Warner and finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. Yeah, nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
From the gun, Warner. He's going to go for a big play downfield. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here's Matt Bosher now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He gets it to Thomas. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Gone, 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 gone. All right, here we go. Blue 90.
They'll drop the throw. And he will find his man on the outside. His first catch, good for 16 and a 1st. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he showcases the spin. A pretty good game before he's taken down. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. To play in a tightly contested first half. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
Atlanta now coming out on the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Now a 1st down throw. Warner. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Extra point attempt to come here. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-3. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field.
Check girls, check girls, check girls. Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Throwing after the interception. Warner. And some room to work. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And on that one, with 6 defensive backs, did he need to be more careful throwing the football? I mean, I guess obviously in hindsight he did, but...
Yeah, hindsight, but even in foresight, when you got 6 defensive backs on the field, you just know you're going to get multiple coverages. You're never sure what you're going to see. But the biggest one is you don't have much reaction time for your receivers to go get the football because those guys, they're the best cover guys on the field. They go get it. And on that play, they took it the other way for 6 points.
Now the try here for the extra point. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 17-3.
So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes Calvin Ridley and the offense for their next drive. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well. And they're really excited he has no catches, but they're also worried. Because a lot of times, that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game.
Here we go. Green.
Throwing after the interception. Warner is going to float this one deep right side. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
But I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick six on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and say, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Now let's go. Green, 39.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Warner, and he comes back with one complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down. Warner, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at about the 14. Spinning away. A great return there of 22 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He has not had the start to this game that he envisions here in the 2nd quarter. He's struggling a little bit. But, hey, they're in the lead right now. So kind of what's going on in his head, do you think, Charles?
I think that's what he has to keep in mind. Winning the ball game is not going the way he wants in terms of his own play. But, oh, yeah, that's right, winning the ball game. So don't press. Don't try and do things outside of what's going on right now. Don't try to increase your game or get yourself right. Just make sure you continue to lead your ball club and keep them moving in the right direction.
Yeah, they've got that lead so far. 1 interception for him, no touchdown passes.
Here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'd open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. And welcome back. The offensive unit, they took the timeout. And now they get set to line up as we resume action. The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. He needed a yard. That's what he got. And it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Intentional grounding, offense.
In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that.
Remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. They'll run it now out of the gun. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you on the NFL and see what's going on here in week number. We'll get started out at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, and it's the Buccaneers who are out in front in the second quarter. Mike Evans, a touchdown reception. From there, let's get to Detroit to check on the Lions at home, Ford Field. And they trail that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. Devontae Adams, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Cam Newton has thrown a touchdown pass. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. Fielded about a yard deep. Spins past him. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And he had a nice play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And, Brandon, remember when the free safety was always back away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed.
They always that changed in a big way. The way we see it now, they're almost mirrors between the free safety and the strong safety. One will be up, one will be back, or sometimes both will be in the same spot. On that play, free safety was there, no gain.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Wide open receiver complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. First down, here's the run to Montgomery. Room to run inside the 40. Still on his feet. And down to the 28-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line.
Here we go now.
Looking to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets them up now 1st and goal. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
With Montgomery. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Point after here coming up. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So we get set to start this 3rd quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 10. To start the drive out by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Set! 3-19! 3-19!
It'll be Warner on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Now let's go! Blue 90!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hurry up, here we go! 3-19!
On 2nd down, Warner. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hurry up, here we go! Green 39! Green 39!
To throw on 3rd down, Warner. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And on the ground they go with the running back. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
Warner to throw. And they can't bring him down. Throwing right, and that's complete. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because If he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. It's 1st and 10 from the 12.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Here we go.
To throw on 2nd down. Warner. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. In for the score. And the Falcons cut into that lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 24-10. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it.
Now let's go. Blue 90.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He sets to fire deep. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Good job by this defense, and now playing what they call complementary football. Offense scores a touchdown for them, so they come right out, force what should be a 3-and-out, and keep the momentum squarely on their side.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken around the 12. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Now let's go.
On 1st and 10, Warner. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Set, 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the fourth.
Set, blue 90. Blue 90.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Warner looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Spencer. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The Falcons on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Operating from the gun. Warner. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Here's Matt Bosher now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints coming out now to take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
Leverage.
big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back at New Paltz, Mrs. Thema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there, and now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Back to throw. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for a loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it. He loses it. Somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
On first and 10, Warner. And it's caught over the middle. Hooper. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need two of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
To throw on second down. Warner. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game. And that'll be hauled in by the tight end. It's Hooper for the Falcon touchdown. Austin Hooper, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Falcons draw a bit closer. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. The extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first down, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
They run. Montgomery, and able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They pitch it out to Montgomery. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. This is Montgomery, and he'll take this one down to about the 40. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Now this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
All right, here we go. Blue 90.
They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And not the start that he expected. You look at the numbers, though, he's got back here to his elite level.
And I get the sense that the defense game planned a little bit different than what he expected. You know, he had an idea from watching tape what he should expect. They changed things up on him a little bit and caused that slow start. But the best ones, they take it as a challenge, and they come fighting back. That's exactly what we saw there.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Back to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Clock running, and the Falcons moving with a sense of urgency. He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there of 20 yards. He's back to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets it down to the 32. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Gun! 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 Gun!
Back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Hey, you got your first down. Get up to the line of scrimmage and spike it.
They'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's King. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. On 3rd and 2, Warner. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Here we go now.
And they'll go on the ground. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it would appear that the Saints are going to win this football game. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game.
All right, here we go.
The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Saints, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
You